I think I got everything in place. We get logged in here. I can't wait as always. All right, we're good to go?
Yeah.
Let's get down. All right, let's go. Let's lock in.
You think people are sleeping?
Oh, it's okay. Oh, shoot. I better turn the volume off, though. All right, volume is off. All right, you ready to roll? All right, hello, everybody, and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Today is Tuesday, May the 22nd, 2022. On the last show, we had 3 winners that were announced for the last $50 question or prediction. So congratulations again to all 3 of you. The 3 of you have already been paid. So we're going to start this show out with the same thing. Again, just make sure you're subscribed, and then if you hit the score, you're in. So leading into the first topic today, and you notice I'm not
meeting Jesus.
You
Sorry.
Yeah,
You look like Jesus right now.
So you notice I'm pushing right into the meat of this today because Carla, she's kind of been through the ringer. She broke her toe. So she's been kind of limping around for the past couple of days. And then you realize what you miss when she's down, right? So how did you?
I've been trying to like keep up with my end of the work, but it's hard because I feel like I'm 4 times slower than I should be.
So can you explain how you broke your toe?
Yeah, so I'm the one that wakes up every night to take the dog out to pee or poo, whatever, take him out so he can do his thing. And it was like 3 a.m. Well, I fell last week, but I caught myself. So Saturday night, I walked down at 3 a.m., grabbed the dog like I usually do, walked down the stairs. Somebody left something slippery or something, but I slipped. And then I fell down and I grabbed the dog because I didn't want him to get hurt. Then when I got up, I noticed that my left foot was like this.
Your left pinky toe.
Like that. So it broke. And he's like, "Are you okay?" And I didn't want him to know because I didn't want to wake him up because I know how it is when you get woken up. And I was in pain, in major pain.
Yeah.
I could not sleep. I could feel my toe doing this. Like it was
throbbing
badly.
Yeah.
And Sunday I cried morning trying to groom the courts. One of my students gave me like a mixture of Advil and Tylenol. That helped the pain a bit. It got purple, right?
And it was beyond purple. It got green.
Yeah. It's getting better little by little. But if I walk a lot on it, I could feel right now I could feel the pressure, like the blood running down to the toe. So I know it's going to take about a month. So Justin's going to do all the hitting lessons and I'll do all the feeding lessons.
I had fun today doing those. And inadvertently, we should still be teaching now. And we had to leave early because the school bus for the school our kids go to is an hour away from where we live and where we work. So it's a triangle of a bad deal if the weather gets bad. And we left for 2 reasons. A, because it was supposed to rain, and B, because the school bus.
Well, it was so windy too.
But the school bus wasn't, the school has an automated system and it'll say, hey, due to inclement weather or wind in this scenario, the bus isn't coming across. So we had to come all the way 35 miles back here to just pick them up so they could get home. So we had no choice but to leave, but the weather forecaster sucked ass. Because I think I can do better than those guys, right? Yeah. All right, so the $50 question for today is this. Again, if you hit this score right on, we're going to send you $50. If multiple of you get it, then we'll figure it out. I think last time 3 people split, I think a total of 60 instead of just 50, okay? So anyway, we want the score and the winner of the Naomi Osaka versus Osaka-Sharma match. Now, why is this a big deal? Why is this a very tough question? Okay, Naomi Osaka is recently pictured with Kim Kardashian and as well Amanda Anisimova. Nothing wrong with that. I get it. No problem.
Amanda Anisimova already lost. There she is with plastic wannabe Barbie doll.
Great research, Carla.
Well, that was wildlife. Thank you, wildlife.
Not knocking on the picture, not knocking on the people.
I'm sorry, but if I see a chick like this with her boobs made up, her whole body looks fake, including her lips, nose, I would not want to do that.
Let me see this again. Okay, let's see that again.
I mean, that's like, it's not normal.
Okay, forget about the picture. Good for them. It's a great picture. Anyway, the moral of the story for me as a coach or as a tennis fan is, okay, am I training to...
There's Anisimova in the back.
Oh shoot! Look at Amanda back there. She looks all innocent, like she's just picture. I'm just getting to know this type of.
No, she's in the picture with her too. They also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My question is from from an all business and all competitive tennis coaching and player standpoint. Is my player training as hard as they can in that picture?
No.
They don't have time for it. Do you know how long?
Shouldn't even be going out.
Do you know how long it takes a makeup artist to do and to dress these young ladies this way? I'm not knocking on it. Believe me, not.
Takes a long time. That's why I hate going out.
Okay, so that's the $50 question. Can whoever can predict the score of the Naomi Osaka versus Osaka-Sharma match, who will win and what the score will be?
I say.
Then you took my notes.
I'm writing the score.
Can I give you a separate sheet of paper?
Osaka.
That
I
would
say
be- that
6-4, 6-4.
That would be more logical, I think.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Don't you think so?
Yeah.
Let me give you 2 sheets. So the
No,
pen,
I just need one.
let me give you 2 because it's more padded for the pen.
Oh, I grab another pen there.
No, but it's more padded. Yeah, I'll get another pen. So we'll just meet in the
Here,
middle.
you take this one. I'll take this one.
All right, that's good. All right.
Yeah.
So Carla will write the scores. And again, if you catch this later, no worries. I picked a match that will start tomorrow. So a lot of viewers are international and it may be 2 a.m. there. So understandably, that match won't start until you watch this
I'm
tomorrow.
looking at my shirt here. Yeah.
Let's go.
Short.
Let's
All
go. All right. We're going to kind of go from that bet into the first topic. Okay.
Yeah.
You got another picture. You can
I'll show it later. when we
Okay,
talk about that.
this is good. We can lead from that.
Mm.
This is a picture of, I forgot her name now.
Bouchard.
Eugenie Bouchard. Now I just call her Thongshard.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, she looks bad there.
I think I'd rather.
All right.
I don't know.
We have a bet on Osaka. Why is it easy to predict that Osaka is not terribly consistent on winning these days?
I don't know. Everybody's picking Osaka so far.
Okay, and I will too. I'll pick her because she should win.
Mm-hmm.
But are you going to be surprised if she doesn't win?
No, I won't be. But
that's all I'm saying.
She should be Sharma. I mean, I got 6-4, 6-4.
She should beat Sharma 0-0.
No, Sharma's pretty decent.
Come on. I get it, but Osaka, 4 majors, you're telling me she shouldn't. I'm not saying she will, but she should win 0-0. If this was Serena after 4 majors, do you think she beats Sharma at this point 0-0?
Yeah, Graf would too. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. By the way, the other day we mentioned that Sergei Stakhovsky, the Ukrainian tennis player, was going to Ukraine to fight for his country, whatever, and respectively for that situation. We've talked about it before, still ongoing. Alexander Dolgopolov, your ex-boy.
My ex-boy.
Yeah,
she has short hair now.
Yeah, she used to say that Alexander Dolgopolov, the Ukrainian, he had long hair, right? He was kind of a spunky guy. He had like a funky game. He would always jump and hit.
I had a crush on him, and why he wasn't good looking. I don't know why I picked him.
He was interesting.
Yeah, he was interesting.
Have any of you ever heard or do remember Alexander Dolgopolov? He was a big server, but yet not a big body. I think he was maybe 5'10", maybe 5'9", maybe. Looked like a soccer player, but he really came out with spunky on the court.
Yeah.
He had a lot of inconsistencies because of his height. He would jump and hit and try to overhit the ball. And some would argue to say that led to his constant injury, just overplaying the ball. But he had some good matches, right? He did. He had some good runs. I think he had a 4th rounder to Wimbledon at one point in time, or maybe a quarterfinal or something.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
And the U.S.
He got
Open.
injured, though.
But anyway, so respect to him as well. He is going to fight with the troops defending Ukraine as well. So shout out to him. All right, topic number 1. This is the real deal right here. Rafael Nadal goes down with an injury. Not that we're excited or shocked about it. We've said this would happen for the last, 8 matches he's played.
We were like, why is he playing hardcore? I kept saying, why is he playing hardcore? Why is he playing hardcore? We know his body takes a beating on it. Why? I mean, I watched the match with Fritz. I didn't see. To me, I didn't feel like it was Nadal hitting a lot of middle shots. I mean, Fritz won, but he played half of a Nadal, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then the worst is when he calls out the trainer, and the trainer's on his chest, and then crunching his back, and now we find out he has a fractured rib. How do you fracture a rib? Many ways.
Didn't they show pictures of him working out with his physio or his trainer, and they were doing some like really intense work on the chest?
Yeah.
Like putting weight on his chest?
Yeah, you got to be careful as a tennis player with weights. You really do. Heavy weights, I would not recommend for tennis players. I would do more of using your own body as the weight. Those are better exercise, body weight.
Resistance exercise.
I mean, we're not trying to be Hulk Hogan. We're not trying to be an Ironman. We're not trying to wrestle. We're not trying to be in the MMA. We're not, tennis players are not meant to be super muscular, especially at the top. You have to be flexible in tennis. Flexible. And there's Djokovic. There's a great example of why he practices a lot of flexibility, yoga, meditation, stuff like that. That's more of a tennis player's thing.
Who are some of the most jacked up tennis players that you can
Well, you have
of?
Serena, but she was naturally built.
That's natural.
Natural.
Okay,
built that way since she was a little girl.
How about jacked up people that they had to work for it?
Jacked up people.
I'm not saying Serena didn't work, but she was naturally
muscular.
like you.
Yeah.
You kind of built like Serena, except she's taller.
Yeah, I don't have the arm muscles she does. Mine are on the legs.
You got her legs beat though.
Yeah, probably. But
damn, that was nice.
No, I know my legs are. I was always bothered when the kids always bothered me when I was little. They would call me Diesel.
Let's go.
I'm trying to think of people that were jacked up that had to work for it. Jacked up. I don't know that.
Yeah. So earlier today, I snuck up on Carla. She was stringing a racket, and I popped a picture. See, that's what you call legs, man. See, that's legs. Okay, and that's not edited.
I gotta get him in shape though.
Yeah, that's not edited.
I haven't been working out.
Right, that's legs. I told her, I said, "Damn, can you string my racket?" But it's in my house. But I'm still like,
all right, enough.
Man, I'll tell you what.
No,
Ric Flair.
Zachary. So Zachary had to work for it. You don't think she was naturally built that way? Trying to.
Oh, she had to work. Who said Zachary?
Sakari.
Yeah, Sakari. Well, I'm not saying she doesn't have it naturally, but you can tell by her build. There are certain muscles that Zachary has that you don't really have them ripped up like that unless you've been working at it. I'll tell you one.
Exposure?
The lats, or the traps. No, the traps and the lats. So if you look, yes, Stosier's another good one. If you look at Sakari, and I like to say Sakari, but I get yelled at if I say that. So she has really big. These are the lats, right? Anyways, they're really big and they kind of bulb out here. So you know she's doing work with the back, and that's great. But I think what Carla's alluding to, at some point, the size of your muscles intervene with fluidity, right? Is Sakari this lovely fluid player? She's more robotic. Do you ever look? Who are some other beast tennis players? Do you consider Martina Navratilova a beast tennis player?
She was natural.
She just had that natural Yugoslavian fight.
Yeah, she was naturally muscular. She didn't. I mean, when she first came out, it was like, ooh. I think Billie Jean King also was built kind of strong for a woman.
Yeah.
Also, I remember Mauresmo. Not many people had seen ladies like Mauresmo, and they were kind of a bit shocked. They would say, a lot of bad things about her. Who else? I'm trying to remember.
Do you consider Rafael Nadal as a jacked up tennis
Serena's
player?
Naturally jacked up. And that was naturally jacked up. Of course, she worked out to keep it, but her arm muscles, if you still look at them, they're still the same as when she was younger. That's something that she doesn't touch. She doesn't have to. She was gifted on the top, whereas her sisters probably had to really work to keep muscles because she's very slim,
Do you think Rafael Nadal would you consider him as a jacked up tennis player?
He's definitely a jacked up, but I think sometimes he overdoes it.
Wait, do you think 2010 would be a good year?
He looked too jacked to me.
Did any of you remember 2010?
He looked too jacked to me. Like, there's no flexibility. I think I prefer watching a tennis player with more of a slim body as a male, because you guys are constantly hitting 3 out of 5 sets. It's grinding more than the women, and I feel like they should be a lot more flexible. And the muscles, I don't think, really help in the long run. I mean, look at Andy Murray with his thick legs. He's naturally had thick legs, and I think sometimes that hurts him.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see this very clearly, but this was Nadal's arms in 2010.
I'm sure there's a better picture.
And shortly thereafter, this picture, or not this picture, but this tournament, there was a bunch of Spanish athletes, and I'm not making this up. Look it up. There was a bunch of Spanish athletes, not just Spanish athletes, international athletes across multiple sports that were being not investigated, but maybe there's word around that they may be using performance-enhancing drugs. And it wasn't that about the time a year after that when Nadal kind of went away for a little while.
He did.
So you have to think about 2000.
I mean, he is naturally muscular, but I think that he looked bigger than normal.
Yeah, and I hate to take my eyes off camera or you, but I just thought about this. But the 2010 U.S. Open, for example, was you were like, wow. I think he played the final that year. Did he win the 2010 U.S. Open? And Michael Walker, I see your comment. Michael Walker says, "Hi, Justin. I love you, my brother, for real." How about Taylor Fritz? And we have a whole segment about that coming up in just a minute.
I said good for him.
Yeah, but
I like him. But
yeah, and I
felt like that match was not.
Well, we're not going to take any. I'm not going to take anything away from him, and maybe you can. But
it just wasn't strategy wise. If you looked at it, it wasn't.
It was a marginal match by him, but that doesn't take anything away from Fritz.
No, he won it. He earned it.
W's a W.
I'm glad for him because that's what he's been working for, right?
Exactly. So we're going to get to that in a moment. But back to the Nadal injury, we kind of went the other, but then that's cool. That's what we enjoy to do. So Rafael Nadal again is injured right after this news of this injury occurred. One of my really good friends, if not my only, except two, one of two, sent me a message, and I have that message, and he said once again, Justin is right about someone being injured or someone not winning anything, and I was telling Carla that, and it's not that we're usually correct about things like injuries. It's just because we both been through the same type of grind, not even to that level, but you know what I'm saying? We've been through the hours, and the body eventually just really starts to hurt, especially in your mid 30s, 34, 35 years old. Oh my goodness. After all those hours, there's nothing you can do to stave off the wear and tear. You just can't. And Nadal had won 20 matches. What started the season 20-0?
He should have stopped at the Australian Open.
He should have just stopped.
Like we said, if you watch our shows, we're like, why is this guy playing hardcore? It's not his thing.
Yeah.
You want Australian? Let's concentrate on the French Open. Forget about the hardcore. I mean, what does Indian Wells mean to him? Just like it didn't mean much to Djokovic. What is Miami Open? It doesn't mean shit. I mean, it's crazy.
So the cracked rib thing is the cracked rib implication or prognosis or what's the word for it, diagnosis. That's a difficult thing for a pro athlete to release. Number one, why do you have a cracked rib? Okay, so
how long does it take to recover?
Any broken bone takes a couple of months to heal good where it's good and strong. And then you may have atrophy in the area from, the chest muscle breaking down because you can't move it for a while. So in other words, you can't do crunches. So now I'm going to get atrophy. And, it's a shit sandwich. But either way, it could be an excuse. Okay. I think there's boxers sometimes that'll call off a fight because they didn't really do well in training camp. And they'll say, oh, I got a broken rib before a fight. And I got it in sparring. So, the broken rib thing, okay, whatever. But on a tennis player, you have to ask yourself, how in the hell did he get it? And I think someone did ask him that question.
It says in most cases, broken ribs usually heal on their own in 1 or 2 months. Adequate pain control is important, so you continue to breathe deeply. So
the question is here is he lost to Taylor Fritz in straight sets, what is it, 7-6, 6-3, 6-3, 7-5, whatever. And you ask yourself right after the match, you hear he's got a broken rib and has to take 7 months off or 7 weeks off, and it may interfere with his clay court season. I take that with a grain of salt. I don't really. What
happened?
What the hell?
It's just go back to here. There we go. Yeah.
Oh man, Carla just snafu'd. Yeah, don't do that again. Your bracelet hit it. But
no, my finger did.
But you have to take that with a grain of salt. Here's a season champion that just, you could say the GOAT at this point. You could say it. That just lost to Taylor Fritz, who, by the way, Taylor Fritz currently has a lifetime record of 145 and 127, and that's only a 53.3% winning percentage. Yes, I did the math. Actually, I just Googled it up and copied it. Just telling the truth. Okay, and now we have people talking about, oh no, the rebirth of American tennis. Let's go back to this last stat: 145, 127 with a 53.3 winning percentage, and he's 24 years old. Not a big problem. Not knocking on the guy. He has recently teamed up with Paul Annacone, respectively.
Which is good. I think he's got a good guy.
He's a great coach. Carla and I study a lot of Annacone. We study a lot. When Carla and I are in the books trying to come up with new things and make our own kind of version of them, we're always looking at some of his coaches currently, namely Paul Annacone, David Nankin, Mike Russell, all respective coaches that are really, really, really good. So he's got good. He has good.
He's been there. You got to give him credit because he did have a knee surgery. I remember he played Djokovic several times, gave him a good match. Had knee surgery and came back right away. Back right away to play another Grand Slam. So kudos to him. I like him, but I don't think that he's the next American player. I mean, Taylor Fritz is to me like Jack Sock won a Masters and could disappear if he doesn't keep the training. Do I think Fritz will have a better career than Isner? No. I don't think so. Will he have a better career than Roddick? Nope.
Dude, she just made the comment of the year right there. That was a knowledge drop. You didn't even realize it. Let me tell you how she just hit the comment of the day. The best one that's the best comment. She just dropped this. Taylor Fritz's win, and this fine anonymous to Jack Sock winning that Paris Masters.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's
ding.
Again, I don't think that he'll have. I mean, the guy is decent, but you can't tell me that he's the next American hopeful. I mean,
poll question.
It's just not. I'm sorry.
Poll question. Who is better in their prime? Taylor Fritz is in his prime, or you could say that now. Arguably.
24.
Okay. Who is better at 24? Taylor Fritz now or Jack Sock at 24?
They're about the same, I would say.
Poll it.
They're about the same. Okay.
Just watch your bracelet. But poll question. Who is better? She'll put up a poll question. Who is better? Jack Sock at 24 or Taylor Fritz now? Think about that. It's a good question. And ultimately, I don't think it's America's next best hope. Do you?
No.
Anyway, I don't think that Taylor Fritz is much better than Jack Sock when he was 24, but I don't say he's too far off from that. And at least Taylor Fritz won his 1,000 at the beginning of the year and not the end of the year when everyone else was tired. Now, granted, Federer wasn't there. Well, that doesn't matter anymore. Djokovic isn't there. Anyway, so and now Nadal has a broken rib. So you have to ask yourself, is it an excuse for Nadal's broken rib? And if it's not an excuse, he very well could miss the French Open.
Mm-hmm. Well, isn't the rib important, especially when you're rotating
breathing
on both sides?
I've never broken a rib, but I've heard having a broken rib is like having pneumonia. So you cough.
My dad's had one, so I should ask him.
Yeah, you cough.
My dad's had
the poll questions hitting off. Look at that. So far, 67% of you think Taylor Fritz is better than you put Isner in there. 20% are hitting on Isner. Wow.
Michael Walker, you must be texting me.
But
it must be Michael Walker.
But look, Jack. Okay, so I didn't know you threw John Isner in there. John Isner is a serve bot. He's not Taylor Fritz or Jack Sockish. So that wouldn't really. I don't know how.
So this is for you from Taylor. Mike Walker. He asked you before Nadal's match with Taylor Fritz.
I'm looking at.
I look at the odds of the match.
He just said this?
Yeah, if you put 500 on Nadal, you win 90. However, if you put 100 on Taylor, you can win 460. So what would you do, Justin?
These are the odds?
Yeah.
Man, I swear, sometimes Michael Walker, I swear.
He would have gone for Taylor Fritz.
No. It's crazy because we're like wired. Because
right now, Fritz is better than
I have to show him something. Look at the bottom of this notebook paper, right here at the bottom. And look what I had written. Odds. Man, I tell you what, this guy, man, we're destined. You see that? The odds. So cool, man. Same brainwave. Let's go.
It's only 6 votes. And okay, now I have a hard time believing that Taylor Fritz is better than Isner. Just saying. I'm sorry. Here we go back to he doesn't have the body that you need to have for tennis.
Who?
He's too Fritz. I said not.
Well, he has a better body than John Isner.
I agree. No, I'm talking about, here we go again. The guy, don't you think he could put on a bit more muscle?
Well, hold up. Who has the better body in their prime? John Isner, Jack Sock, or Taylor Fritz? I guess everybody's going to jump on Taylor Fritz.
Oh, hands down, yeah. I mean, Isner was just a tall guy who could serve hard.
How are we sitting here talking about Taylor Fritz's body anyway?
Because I was looking at the picture with his dad, and I noticed how skinny he was. And I'm like, it's kind of hard to do that 3 out of 5 sets. I get 2 out of 3 sets, it can be done. But this is why I always say, for me, if you can't beat these guys, you can beat them at Masters. You can probably beat them in the small, it happens, right? But at Grand Slams, it's a different story.
Sometimes we forget to bring up the man behind us, Djokovic, who we miss very, very much on tour. We forget to bring him up. I'm going to bring him up for a moment. Here we are talking about America's next best hope.
No, I don't see him.
And he won. Where I'm going with this is he won 1 Masters. Okay.
Yeah.
He wasn't there, but yet, how many Masters does this guy have? Doesn't he have more than than anyone in history?
Yeah.
So
to me, it's not. How many did Roddick have?
That's a great question, but I think Djokovic, Federer, and Jimmy Connors had the most. Well, no, that was tournament wins with Connors.
How many? Let's find out. How many Masters Roddick had? I mean, by the age of 24. Let's find out.
That's a great question. So it's another good question. I'm assuming he has a few. But Roddick was a serve bot as well. Roddick had a serve and a forehand. Other than that, he was vulnerable. The serve wasn't
volley too.
good net player. Yes, had a little ego.
Yes,
you know,
yes, he was loud.
Little loud on the court, but nonetheless,
that's a typical American though.
All right, does this injury affect Rafael Nadal's French Open?
Yeah, it does. Absolutely. Because we don't know if he's going to be good for by the time we get to the clay season. And from what we hear, what's his name? Djokovic can play.
Right now, 62% of people have elected Taylor Fritz. 0% have elected Jack Sock, and 38% have picked John Isner.
That's 9 Masters.
Who did Roddick at this age?
Yeah, no, Rod.
Or just an entire career?
9 Masters. You're telling me that Taylor Fritz is going to get 9 Masters?
What are the chances of Taylor Fritz facing Rafael Nadal
I just looked it up.
at the French Open and actually having a chance to win anything from him?
No chance. No.
Even any major?
No.
You know what I mean?
Not at 3 out of 5. No.
Taylor Fritz is 24 years old. He's 6'5", hits with the two-handed backhand. Not my favorite.
That would explain.
Not my favorite thing.
That would explain his slim physique then.
He's tall.
The height, yeah. Then he would be like a Medvedev.
Like Zverev.
Like Zverev. That would explain it. I didn't know he was that tall. Okay.
California kid.
Yeah. Yeah, his dad. There was a picture with him and his dad. I was looking at it. I was like, oh, he's got a young dad.
And a shout out and a tribute to him in a way, not tribute, but a shout out to him. He's number 13 in the world, his highest ranking ever.
I've always liked him. I always said
married, divorced with a child.
I said he reminds me of my son.
Was married with child, but divorced, and now
there's nothing wrong with that.
That's great. It works. That's problem. I think
wrong with that.
A statistic now. It used when I was a kid, it was like out of every 2 marriages ends in divorce. 1 out of every 2. There's nothing wrong with that. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
But now I think it's like 0.68 marriages out of 1.68. In other words, the statistics have gone up.
Mm-hmm.
So I forget what the exact stat was, but pretty interesting topic in of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you think for a moment how lucky.
Oh, Gabe, what's up, Gabe?
Let's go, Gabe Perkins. Let's read it. I've never read one of his comments. Coming up.
How's your mama?
Fritz is coming up. Better keep an eye on him in the coming years. Same with Brooksby. I'll show him his racket.
Oh my God, Gabe. Gabe, you did not just say Brooksby. Are you serious? Shout out to Gabe. He's actually going to play college tennis.
Yeah.
Coming up what, in the fall?
Yeah. What's up, Gabe? And so I just finished your racket, bro. I got a stencil it, but I got your Diadem Elevate 98 Tour strung, White Strings Octo Twist. And then I've got the fresh overgrip going on it. Bam. And then I got the black stencil ink with the 5K going down. Let's go, Gabe Perkins. Yeah, great player. Good player. Mm-hmm. Oops, sorry.
Most relationships don't work out. Never mind marriage. So never get married, Michael. That's the key. Don't get married. Yeah. You know what it is that most people that get married, some don't go through hard times. And I think when hard times hit them, that it tests their marriage, whether it has to do with financially or a death of a child. I've noticed ruins a lot of marriages. Money is number one to me, or careers. Careers is in there. Somebody's doing better than the other person, or one is raising the kids and one is not. There's a lot of things. So think about it before you say that girl's hot.
Yeah, be careful.
That guy is hot.
Yeah, watch out for that.
Think about the work that has to be put in.
Yeah, watch out for that. I think the interesting thing, at least with you and I, I'm not getting into that, but I think we both met at extremely difficult times in our lives, and we kind of got through that as one. Many more along the road, but just, we've been there, done that. But what's up, Gabe? Great to hear from you, bro.
He says classic technique doesn't have to be present for greatness. Brooksby's a beast. Okay.
Who said that?
Gabe.
Gabe's dropping knowledge.
Gabe. Let's
go, Gabe.
Gabe, let's make a bet. Dude. $100.
Let me get some action.
Or a free lesson, better yet.
Oh, snap.
That Brooksby doesn't go past the 3rd round at any Grand Slam this
Gabe,
year.
Take that bet. Oh, okay, wait a minute. She said Grand Slam.
Grand Slam past the 3rd round.
I was trying to.
Free lesson if you win. You don't have to give me anything. Free lesson. Okay.
Write it. He'll remember it.
Let's say $50 that he will not pass the 3rd round at the French. He will not pass the 3rd round at Wimbledon. He will not pass the 3rd round of the US Open.
Here's Gabe in the middle. He's got the red shirt on. There's Gabe in the red. He's talking smack. That's who's talking smack right now. That guy.
Oh yeah.
See Gabe? Yeah, that's Gabe. All right, there you go. All right, the bet's on. Let's take that.
Who has the most potential as a young player in your opinion? In men?
From the U.S. or all in all?
All in all. I would say Alcaraz.
Yeah, Alcaraz.
Gabe says easy bet. All right, cool. Let's go.
Write it down. Don't forget.
I'm going to remember
that.
Okay,
so let's remember this. How much did you bet?
He said, "Nah, it's cool. $100. You want the 100?
You want a hunch?
All right. let's
Okay,
go.
all right. So, okay. So listen to this. He has the majors remaining this year are Roland Garros, Wimbledon, and the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
So Brooksby has to get to the third round or better,
Mhm.
meaning he has to get past the second round.
Yeah, he has to get past the second round.
Wait a minute. Didn't Brooksby get to the second round last year? Didn't Jensen Brooksby get to the second round of the U.S.
I think
Open
it was
last
the U.S.
year?
Open. U.S. Open. But I don't think it'll happen because now people are figuring him out. Just like Carrot said, everybody's like, "Oh my God, have you seen his?"
But
calves?
they figured his game out.
Have you seen his calves? And then boom. Straight people stay together for the kids. If it wasn't for kids, most straight couples would last as long as gay couples, not for long. I don't think that's the case anymore, Michael Walker. I think that that's why you see a lot of single parents now. I don't think maybe back in the days.
Brooksby made the fourth round of the U.S. Open last year.
Yeah.
Now let me give you a different stat though that goes your way.
Mm-hmm.
The French Open, he's played and only made the first round once.
Mm-hmm.
He has never made even the first round of Wimbledon. He didn't even qualify. He has never made the first round of the Australian Open, so didn't qualify. And had a Cinderella run. At
but
last year's US Open.
People gotta figure out that little baby serve he has.
Yeah, it wasn't that
little baby serve he has that no pop to it.
Yeah,
they gonna figure it
wasn't that with no fans? Like
no, they were fans.
50% fans.
I thought he played Djokovic. I don't know who he plays.
No,
he played somebody.
Holger Rune played.
No, but he played somebody important.
Here, I'll tell you who he went with.
What do I think about Coco Gauff? I mean, she's 18, she'll be 19, she'll be 20, 21, and she's got to do something. She's got to do something soon. Rowdy Alcaraz can't be elite unless he serves better. He faces too many deuces and break points against his own serve. Good set. Yeah, that's a great comment.
Yeah,
he said your guy breadstick Djokovic. Go.
Do you consider Taylor Fritz a danger?
He played Novak. Yeah, that's what I thought.
When it comes to majors, just the majors. I'm not talking about Masters 1000s. I'm not talking about 250s or 500s. Just in majors, do you consider Taylor Fritz now to be a dangerous person within a major?
Hasn't Taylor Fritz at least gotten to the third round of majors?
That's a good question.
I thought Taylor Fritz has done pretty decent, in my opinion, at the Grand Slams. I mean, his luck, he's faced Djokovic twice.
I've got the answer. And actually forgot I wrote it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So Taylor Fritz has never made it past the fourth round in a major. Mm-hmm. He has only made one fourth round, and that fourth round being the Australian Open in 2022 this year.
Where he got hurt. He had knee surgery.
Exactly.
He played Novak.
Exactly.
No, he did not this year.
No.
He played Novak last year.
Oh, anyway.
Who did he play this year?
We'll find out. I'm not quite sure.
Let's find out.
But yeah, he's never made it past the fourth round. He wins a Masters 1000, so I'm smelling Jack Sock. But with a little bit more game and a little bit better build and a little bit more fluidity and a little bit better coached and a little bit.
He lost to Sissy Pass.
Sissy boy, Sissy Pass.
He lost to Sissy Pass.
Sitsy ass.
And then last year at Indian Wells, he lost to wife beater.
Who, Bashvili?
Yeah.
Or Zverev?
No, Bashvili.
How do you?
Puppy hater, wife beater.
Okay, well, wasn't Zverev a wife beater
choker.
Too? Oh, she's a choker. So wife choker is Zverev and wife beater is Bashvili.
Abusarev. Someone said his name was
Abusarev. Yeah. Zverev changed his last name to Abusarev.
Yeah.
Sorry. Abusarev.
Mike Walker says Coco Gauff is doing better than Venus when at the same age. She's taking her time, has a fantastic future. I hope so. I like her.
Yeah, and this is truthful.
I like her. I mean, she's taking her time. I like her, but time goes by quickly. Gabe says if he makes a breakthrough with his second serve, Brooksby will elevate his game tenfold. It's definitely his biggest weakness. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need a serve in men's tennis.
That's true.
Gabe says Russ.
Okay, so look. Rowdy every lap asked the question, and this is a good question. And every time we bring up, he asked if will Felix Auger-Aliassime ever take that next step. We've been talking about this for 4 years. Mm. At first, we're like, man, he has the humility, he has the court conduct, he has the look, he has the build. He was kind of like a young Tsonga or like a Tsonga in his. By the way, Tsonga is playing the Miami Open. I looked at the draw.
That's cool. He should retire.
I wish Tsonga well.
He should retire.
I've always enjoyed Tsonga.
He's ready for retirement.
Except when he came back from 2 sets down to beat Federer in the best of 5 in the fourth round in Wimbledon, I think in like 2009 or 10.
You know, Trouble Mind, I've always said that I feel like Coco Gauff needs to change coaches. I've always said this. I think the parents need to kind of support, like they always do, because they seem like great parents, but maybe get a different opinion. I don't expect to teach my daughter for the rest of my life. I think that they'll get to a point where she's going to need somebody else. And I mean, I have my dad as a coach, but I also had many other coaches, and it helps. It helps to get those different point of views and different strategies. And, sometimes they tell you the same thing, but it's the same, but it's in a different way. Sometimes you need that. And I feel like she does need a different coach.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Let's not be Donald Young. Let's not make that mistake like Donald Young did. That the parents, junior tennis. He played with junior tennis, and he played junior professionals. I mean, he beat what's his name, Sam Querrey. I mean, come on, like change it up. You gotta change it up. And I was gonna say something else, but then I might get blasted. I was gonna say something, but then I might be racist for saying that. I'm not gonna say.
Can I ask you a question about two athletes now that we've talked about that are both American?
Yeah.
On their best day throughout their entire career, who would you rather pick if they had to play head to head on a neutral court? Sam Querrey or John Isner? Who would you, if that one match you had to pick one on their best day, who would you rather have?
To beat one.
I
think I would have better chance against Querrey.
Let's go. Let's go. Sam's a good player. He's just, the big serve bot, really good on grass. By the way, if you're playing fantasy team for Wimbledon this year, which is two majors away, we're going big on the fantasy team for Wimbledon, and surely he'll come as an unseeded 2-point player, maybe even a wild card. So watch out for him. The mighty Sam, he can get kind of query.
Jack says, don't forget Emma will win 30 slams. The GOAT. Yeah.
Yeah. Scratchy. By the way, speaking.
Wait, we got to speak of another person that everybody thought she was gonna be hot and just disappeared.
Who? Raducanu who?
No, not Raducanu.
Who is Raducanu?
No, not her. Let me show you this.
Dang.
Let me show you this.
Now let them soak this in.
This is what women's tennis. Don't do this, girls. If you're playing good tennis, keep working out, keep pushing on the tennis court, and don't become an Instagram dumbass.
And I'm gonna find her.
I mean, check this out.
I'm gonna find
her. First
of
all, that's not cute. 2,
she looks like a little.
You need to eat.
She looks bad.
3, you look pale and you look sick. And wash your hair.
Okay, so now I'm going to show you the picture of Eugenie Bouchard after she made it to the final of Wimbledon. So she was built in. Look at the arms. She had the little humpity hump back there.
That's Bouchard. What I just showed you.
That's the one. So you got to do the before and after. Can you do the before and after here? This was 2014, and this is 2022. You're like, damn. Looks like a popsicle.
That's awful. Why would you post that?
Come on, man.
Like, seriously, it's not even cute.
It's not. She looks like she needs a little bit of, and I'm not, okay.
Food.
Some food, yes.
Some food. We'll give her some Cheetos.
Some food. Yeah, some Cheetos. Chester Cheeto.
I have some Cheetos to some little kids.
Yeah.
You're doing that lesson.
And Michael Walker says it right. And he says it best in these 4 words. She looks sick. She does. And look, and all due respect, I know my father watches the show and he's a physician. I'm not kidding about this. Let's stop the jokes for a minute and wish her well.
No, she needs to eat.
She looks like
it's not a joke. She thinks she looks cute. It's not a joke. This is what happens, that when these girls, they start modeling, it happened to Kornikova. Kornikova was built strong on the court. She had her muscles, even though she was always slim. And then she started modeling and she got skinny and lost the muscles. It happened to Ivanovic. It happens to all of them,
But Mike, these are your Mike Walker, Mike, these are your bets? You hit this? Damn. Oh no. Anyway, if these are your bets, I'm like, damn. Oh, or maybe that's just.
Yeah, I'd rather look like Osaka. I agree. Wow. Shoot, I'd rather look like Taylor Townsend than Eugenie Bouchard right now.
Hold on, I'm wrapped in 1-1-1. I'm like, what?
Homeboy making money?
I don't look like he made some. Oh, it says my bets on the bottom. Look at that.
Oh,
damn.
Shoot.
Let's go.
Genie, Saito tennis player who really doesn't matter.
Okay, speaking about bets, since Mike and I are in this discussion at this point right now, Medvedev has the best odds. Daniil Medvedev has the best odds to win the Miami Open at plus 250. What does that mean? That means if you bet $100, if you go into your book and you're like, hey, I'll give you $100, or excuse me, I want to put $100 on Medvedev to win. If I bet $100 and Medvedev wins, I get paid $250. Meaning that it's kind of risky for me to even bet that in the first place because I'm getting paid a time and a half or 2.5 times what I would bet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you look at odds, you look at when Djokovic in his prime or when he's playing, or Federer or Nadal, when they started a tournament, especially in the midst of their prime after 7, 8, 9 majors, these guys were like minus action. They were like minus 200 to win 100. So you'd have to go to your bookie and say, I want to try to win $100 on Federer in like 07 or something. And I played a little bit of this action in like 07 because I was at a US Open. But you would have to bet like $200. You'd have to go to your bookie and be like, all right, I want to try to win $100 on Roger. Okay, well, you got to give me 200. And if I lose that, they keep my 200, right? But if I win that, they give me my $200 plus 100.
I agree with Michael Walker. Any woman and man can win Miami.
Yeah.
I find Miami the least enjoyable to watch. I remember when it was the Lipton.
No, and it used to be Sony Ericsson.
And the Lipton
and by the way,
that.
yeah.
I thought it was more enjoyable back then. I don't like the new stadium, the way it's set up. I liked it when it was at Key Biscayne.
Yes.
I've been there, and I don't enjoy the Miami Open at all. I could care less about it, actually.
I may be wrong here, but one of my favorite Serbian players would be Djokovic or Ivanovic or Tipsarevic. But Helena Yankovic, I want to say won. Did Helena Yankovic win the Sony Ericsson when it was Sony Ericsson?
Could have been. I mean,
did she win that? Did Helena Yankovic win?
She just never won a slam.
Who, Helena? Did she make a U.S. Open final?
Maybe, I don't know.
I gotta look this up.
Does it matter?
Well, it does because you said you didn't like the Miami Open.
No, she wasn't at the Miami Open. It was before they moved it from Key Biscayne to Miami, North Miami.
Right.
When they moved that tournament, they put in the old stadium where the Dolphins play.
Yeah. That's
the old stadium they're using. And I know, I lived right a few blocks away from there.
Yeah.
So they moved the tennis to the old, I don't like that setup. First of all, it's not in a good area. Key Biscayne was ideal. You had the beach. You go over the bridge. You're in Miami, South Beach. So it was better for the players. But this new stadium, I don't like.
Didn't they have the Orange Bowl tournament there?
Mm-hmm.
I don't quite remember.
I agree that Medvedev has been letting the pressure to get to his head more than usual recently. Yeah. Iga, good win for Iga.
Okay, so I'm checking this comment out here and
banana.
Yeah, I gotta read this. So Rowdy Every Lap says this. He says Iga's, and we're talking about Swiatek. A banana forehand is fun to watch. Now, why do I like this comment? Because her father, who is how old is he now? 64. See, he's a Honduran Spanish player, athlete / soccer player, and he's always got some type of fruit or adjective to throw at somebody. He's like, "Who's this bozo ass tennis player?" Or this dude looks like a damn orange piece of. So Rowdy Every Lap, I give him comment of the day number 2 for this banana forehand. So in other words, it's loopy. It's a banana.
She beat a backstepping back Sakari. So the banana forehand worked better than the, what is the name you call Sakari?
Oh, the back foot hitting forehand, the forehand. So would you rather have a banana loopy forehand? And we call that sometimes a crescent moon. We say we don't want, like, if you think of a moon, like a crescent moon, right? I don't want to lose my notes, but if you think of a crescent moon like this, it's very much the shape of.
So she's doing what we taught back in the day.
It's like a banana.
So she's doing what we learned. Remember, my dad used to teach: make a C, 1, 2,
exactly
3. That's how she learned her forehand.
Well,
instead of 1, 2.
Yeah, instead of snap, it was a nice
1, 2, 3.
Now in the California coast, when I was born, my dad can vouch for this. That we used to call it 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. So it wasn't the half moon or the crescent moon. It wasn't the banana. It was 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. It was a little bit different. And
my dad used to say, make a C.
Make a C. Yeah, that's another one. Make a C.
Make a C.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things for this, but ultimately this is antiquated now, and now it's more of a whine and snap.
Yeah, when I teach little kids, I don't teach this whole thing. I always go here,
get some.
Here. It's like you're slapping. Slap them. It's like you're slapping somebody. You're here, and then you go and slap them. Because if you start teaching them all of this, then jeez.
Jack Nolte says Iga is the favorite at the French Open, considering Barty coming back from injury. I think so.
Anybody can win the French Open in the women's side. I'm going to tell you that one, you guys are going to have a hard time predicting the winner of the French Open.
Yeah, and by the way, we are giving away $500 cash. 500. This is US dollars. This isn't pesos or however, no disrespect. $500 US for the French Open. Is for anyone, any one person, and if multiple people do it, which I'll be shocked.
It's not going to happen. The women's is going to be so unpredictable. Everybody's going to say Nadal, Djokovic. The women's, you guys are not going to predict.
$500 cash. If to anyone that can predict the men's final and the women's final and both winners for the French Open, if that happens, send you $500 cash immediately. Or if you want diadem rackets or products up to $500, or Y-Tech strings products up to $500, let me know and I'll work it out. Right? Let's go. Finishing off a couple of things when we're talking about odds and money. Leylah Fernandez, in my opinion, the one that should have won the U.S. Open. Alas, she did not, because I love her energy and I love her dad. Her dad gets into it. You can tell he's been to it and didn't get to go to the Met Gala after that.
No, she did go to the Met Gala.
Leylah Fernandez went to the Met Gala? Damn, why didn't it show her picture everywhere? Oh, because no one remembers second place.
I did show you. It was not a good dress.
Okay, well, anyway, it
has stripes. Girls don't wear stripes.
Leylah Fernandez, by the way, gets a Lululemon sponsorship. Now, some people like me, when I read this, like, what the hell is Lululemon? Well, actually, I have to take that back. I know what Lululemon is because my wife swears over their shorts. And didn't you just buy a skirt?
No, I haven't.
You should. Because
I have a hard time spending $70 on a tennis skirt.
No. Because I saw one that you could have gotten for like $39. You should have just done
it. Said to me something that said, you don't really look good in skirts, baby. So I was like,
No, I was just resulting. You used to have this white tennis dress.
It was not, but this one was different.
I think you should try the skirt. But here's my dilemma. Not my dilemma, but Carla's legs are, like she said, like diesel, right? They're really. The skirt's a tough thing to pull off sometimes. She's a short. She looks so good in shorts.
Serena pulled it off.
You need to get the skirt. Hey, where am I going with this? Well, let's try the skirt. I can't wait. I get to see legs. Okay. Leylah Fernandez gets a Lululemon deal. Okay. Now I want to show you a picture in the cost of some of these shorts. Okay.
I don't buy them at cost.
Yeah, we buy them used on eBay.
Yeah, used or I bid, or I wait till they in the category we made too much.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to show you the cost of this one skirt. Okay. And she wouldn't buy white. So I'll go to like black. You pick a black skirt.
Yeah, that's not the skirts I would pick anymore.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's an idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's not bad.
So yeah, pretty good. Okay. This is the Lululemon skirt. Okay. This skirt right here. It doesn't say the price on it, but yeah, it does. It's right here. $88 for a damn skirt. $88. I don't know if you can
see how much their tights are. Like $100.
$100 for a pair of tights. I can get a skirt at Burke's for like $7 with the same skirt.
The Lululemon shorts are the best.
Anyway, good for her to get the sponsorship, but damn.
Hold on, Matt King.
Oh, speaking.
How's your singing? How's your?
Good to hear from you, Matt. Yeah, in London, by the way.
The only one that's won a racket.
Think of London.
The only one that's won a racket.
People
that year he won it, somebody else could have won it.
That's right.
It's like 1 point or something. 1 point.
Matt Cain has won a racket from us, and he's won a fantasy team competition.
I remember when he won the racket, it was between him and I forgot his name.
Have you hit with that racket, by the way, since you got it and made that one video against the wall? Have you actually hit balls with that racket?
He did. He did a video, but after that.
After that. Mm-hmm. Was that like a one-hit wonder, or are you still playing the game? We love this guy, though. He's amazing.
Yeah, okay. You should follow him on Instagram. He sings
really what is it? Still Matt Cain Music?
Mm-hmm.
MattKanemusic. I think it's Matt Cain Music. Really good artist. Great singer.
Christian, right? Christian music, Matt Cain, right? I think it's Christian music.
Very nice music. Handsome young man. A handsome man for sure.
Yes, he said I played with my friend a few times.
Matt Cain Music. Let's go. He's at SW19. That's what you call Wimbledon in your neck of the woods, right?
Back to France, though.
Yeah, SW19.
So you're still in UK? Where you at, Matt Cain?
I always love watching him sing. He's a good guy.
Yes, for the Lord.
All
right. What's next?
I was going to finish the odds for the winners.
All right. Well, let's get to the odds.
Okay.
Stuck at this odds.
All right. Okay. Let me squashing the subject. Medvedev has the best odds between men and women to win the tournament at plus 250, meaning no one's a damn favorite. Just, you're going to make money if you were to hit it on the head either way. Zverev, the linguine noodle, is plus 550. Iga Swiatek is plus 450. that might be a good bet. Maybe Mike Walker, but she just won a tournament, so be careful there. Halep at plus 900. The bet I would take, because it's so risky anyway, why not take a risk in which you could get the more big payoff, right? Naomi Osaka is plus 1,600. So if you bet $100 and you look, you're going to lose $100 probably anyway if you bet on any one of these. As what was the gentleman's name that said the orange banana peel? His name was the Rowdy whatever.
The banana.
Look, if you're going to bet on Naomi, if you're going to bet on one of these bozo banana looking bozo red nose, sandwich eating, Met Gala hanging out, people that don't even train and try to win some money, you might as well bet it on Naomi Osaka at plus 1,600. Go ahead. I'm going to lose it. If I bet on Medvedev, going to probably lose. If I bet on Halep, yeah, probably. Swiatek, maybe. Most likely. But Osaka, okay. All right. At least she's better than everybody and just doesn't train like everyone else because she's stuck at the Met Gala with Raducanu. Who in the hell is that? What the hell does Raducanu even look at? I don't even know what she looks like anymore. Do you remember what she looks like? Raducanu, who the hell is that? Forgot about her already. But I think the best money for the payoff, given it's a risk anyway, is taking the plus 1,600 on Osaka. Okay, thank me later.
You lose me with this whole bet.
Thank me later, but if I'm wrong, then it's just $100. Well, not just, but it's not more than that.
Okay, next.
That's it. That's all I got.
Wawrinka?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Carla. Carla had some news. This is hers fine, not mine. What's the news?
Wawrinka playing challengers.
Wawrinka playing a challenger.
My opinion was, man, if you're playing challengers at this late in your career, you're better off retiring.
You think?
Yeah.
What if it's for the love
the love of the game?
But
he just went through surgery and all the struggles. It's like Sanga. Sanga has not been able to get back into it. And Wawrinka, if he don't do well he's not Agassi. Agassi was still young when he was playing the challengers to get back into the tour. I feel like that's it. Berdych was right to retire.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
And an honest answer.
Sure.
So we have coached for a very long time together, for a long time.
Okay.
And I think a lot of the times when we coach, we equally enjoy the coaching aspect of as much as still being able to play. Mm-hmm. Okay. So if we could still do what we do every single day without the playing aspect of it, we don't just do it because it makes the kids better. We do it because we enjoy it too. Mm-hmm. Right. We show kids that if we can do it, that they can do it. Sure. Because we're like limping around and they're up and coming.
I'm
right?
only limping because of my toe.
So what I'm saying is we do it because of the love of the play, as well as we love to help the kids and anyone that's willing to play the game. So why do you shun on someone like
because
Sanga?
Of the traveling? You have a family now. You have
Sanga's
kids.
a family man?
He's got two now.
So we wouldn't do this as a family together? If we
I wouldn't be traveling, trying to play a tennis tournament, getting my ass kicked every week.
Can I ask you another question?
No, I wouldn't.
Can you elaborate on this one?
I wouldn't.
You know very well, and we know, especially if there's coaches out there, and I know there's some. How high is the turnover rate in the coaching world? Mm-hmm. It's pretty high. So and it's that because some people overpromise and underdeliver, or this was promised and it never happened, or maybe you didn't win if you're in the the college coaching world. And the college coaching world, you don't win, you're done. Maybe some places aren't
unless
like
you work for some.
Unless you work for a bunch of fools, but yeah, I mean, look. Anyway, but we have some really good friends and people that we've coached with that are D1 coaches, and if they don't win, they're packing their bags. And I mean, maybe 1 year they could deal with the subpar year, but there's two. Adios, muchacho. I think ultimately,
to me, honestly, I think because of what goes into your body, especially if you had an injury and the injury took longer to heal, and now you're having to play challengers. If you win in that challenger, keep going. But if you lose in that challenger like Sanga has, then you would have to rethink your career. Yeah,
in the context of Wawrinka playing, he's 36 years old. He's won multiple majors. I think he's won every single major, but he won the French. He won the U.S. He won the Australian, but did not win Wimbledon. Correct me if I'm wrong.
What's up, Alpha?
So, Alpha, what's going on? So if you think about it, he was one away from a career Grand Slam. In other words, he won not a calendar year, but a career Grand Slam. So I think it's possible that he's still trying to somehow win Wimbledon. He's won multiple majors. So unless he's Del Potro or it's one of these athletes that their parents have embezzled all their money and sold it somewhere or spent it all on without their knowledge, and not joking about that, a lot of athletes deal with this type thing. Ask a lot of NFL players. Ask Del Potro, tennis player. Ask a lot of athletes. But I think there's probably more to he's probably just wanting to stay in the thick of the fight. So my dad was a flight surgeon in the military, so a Navy doctor, but he flew aircraft as well. And he would always say one of the worst things for a Navy pilot or for any pilot that flies combat aircraft, jets, like high speed, just getting on an aircraft, pushing G's. The worst thing that happens is when their wings are taken from them. They take their wings and they can't fly anymore. And then they go trying to match flying at Mach 2 to sitting on their back porch. It doesn't really gel very well. So they turn to the bottle and they get all, depressed. What I'm saying is Wawrinka probably just doesn't want to turn in his wings yet.
And that's okay because Andy Murray's still playing. But I'm saying if you don't do well in challenges, right? And they're not going to give you those wild cards like they're giving Murray.
Yeah.
Then I would have to think about it.
Don't you think Wawrinka deserves the same?
Obviously.
Don't you think that he will?
Maybe he's playing a challenger to test his knee.
Good point.
So maybe he's trying to see, hey,
yeah,
let me try this one. And if it's not, then maybe I should
agree.
retire.
I agree.
So maybe he's but Songa's been trying, and it's like, geez.
Either way, I wish them both
I don't think that, look, I about a different tennis career and not pounding my body more and maybe go into commentating like Wozniacki's doing.
Maybe Boris Becker needs to come back and play.
Talking about Boris Becker, stop hiding those trophies, bro. Stop hiding those trophies and putting money in another account. He likes the dark ladies, by the way. Every girlfriend he has, dark.
It's all right. I like the dark ladies too.
No, nothing wrong with that. But every Germany don't like it.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
No, they don't like it. That's why they were tough with him because they didn't like that.
He bucked the system. Yeah, he said, forget that. Going all in. All right. So
and she's very pretty, the new one he has.
Beautiful, yeah.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
But homeboy, what do you see a homeboy? Because she's like maybe 28 and homeboy's got like an elbow.
Yeah, he's got like a double elbow. He doesn't have the double chin. He's got the double elbow. Have you ever seen
Boris? Like he just woke up from the coffin. He just looked like he woke up like Dracula. He just looked like he got out of
like Frankenstein. Have you ever seen Boris Becker's elbow?
Oh my God.
I gotta show him the elbow.
You gotta show him the
Boris
girlfriend.
Becker elbow.
Like what does she do with that? Like,
okay, you gotta see Boris Becker's. Oh shit. Dude, you guys are gonna puke. This is Boris Becker. What is that, Casper? Is that Casper the ghost? Oh no!
I mean, that's horrible.
Damn! Like homeboy, gotta get. Look at that elbow. Look at the elbow on that guy. Check the elbow. Oh yeah, get some of that elbow. Yeah.
I mean, check out the.
He's hot. Do you think he's kind of hot?
Check out his girl.
Oh shoot!
Like, how you gonna look at? What do you do with that?
That's a good couple.
Like, what do you?
He's like, hey baby. She's like, get back. I just want one of your trophies.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
I mean, look at him. He looked like he just woke up from the dead.
But the elbow, the elbow. Man, we're awful. Oh shit! I can draw a circle around this one. See if I can draw a circle around this.
I'm sorry, but you're telling me as a woman in your 20s, late 20s, or maybe 30s, that you enjoy that?
Look at that elbow. Look at that. Get some. Woo, wee. Hey, baby, I like your elbow. All right.
Maybe he knows how to use his elbow.
All right, Carla. Much love to everyone. It's always a great time to spend an hour with you guys. And we have a tournament this weekend, so this will probably be because of this non-rainy day. And this will probably
my lessons canceled.
Yeah,
never rained.
Today was like a loss of
never rained.
Today was an expensive day, in the wrong way for us, because we had to come across the bridge to pick our kids from school for a storm that hadn't happened yet. So we had to cut everything short. Very frustrating. It's what sucks about living an hour away from where you work. That has to be figured out in the future, and we'll cross that bridge later. All right. Much love. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe. $500 going out to anyone that can predict the men's and women's finals for the French Open, as well as the winners. And don't forget the $50 question for today. Who is the winner between Naomi Osaka and Sharma tomorrow? So if you're in Serbia, what's up, Serbians, and everyone else in between, Wayne M. Chia in Singapore and so many others. We just had someone recently talk to us from Poland. Anyway, much love to all you. Thank you, Poland, for looking out for the Ukrainians. Tennis is an international language. Much love to all of you. And we'll see you more than likely our next off day, which will be next Monday, right? Because we have good weather for what looks for the rest of the week. And then we have a tournament Friday night, Saturday night, lessons all day Sunday. So I think at some point Monday we'll see you.
Yep. Still laughing about Boris Becker.
Let's get down. Get some of that elbow, Carla.
6462. Okay.
If you want to, if you're ever like on the verge of, no, we'll get into this. All right. Adios. All right.
Osaka. 6462. Okay.
It's a good score. Mike Walker, you might want to think about putting that bill on Osaka. I mean, why not? Plus 1,600 for $100. I mean, if you were been winning, just go ahead and drop the 100 on Osaka. You might be happy. Might. Don't shoot me if not.
I mean, can you